Last period we have seen locker operations, then need of a bank locker, who can avail locker, okay, the relation between banker and customer and locker operations, then bank locker charges, then process of hiring bank locker, okay. So next pointer, RBI guidelines on lockers. Okay, so some guidelines are there. The RBI specified that we have to follow. The bank have to follow while allotting the locker, while distributing the locker. They have to follow such guidelines. So what are the guidelines are there? So first, as per the guidelines, bank cannot force the customer to buy fixed deposit to obtain a bank locker. So to get a bank locker, the bank cannot force the customer to take FD. If you take FD, then we will give locker. So they can't do like that. Which one activities? Then it is a compulsory. It is a mandatory to have an agreement between the bank and the hirer, the locker hirer, the customer, okay, to get the locker facility. Next one, they have to follow, they have to carry out the KYC check, know your customer. Okay, on customer before providing the locker facility, they have to check KYC, know your customer. For that purpose, they have to give their ID card, Aadhaar card, passport, okay, bank statement. So that is compulsory that we have to check before giving so locker to the customer. Okay, then they have to do the transparency. That is the point. It is there the transparency in the dealings because they have to receive. They have to maintain the which one waiting list for the purpose of allotment of lockers because they have to receive the application from the customer. Those who need which one a locker facility, then they have to make the which one then they have to distribute the locker according to the which one application received. There should be a transparent in the dealings in the allotment of locker. Should not do any partiality in favor any favor to some applications. Okay, then they have to which one they have to take a fixed deposit as a security for the locker. Sometimes if they are unable to pay the locker rent means that bank can utilize for this amount they can utilize for the due amount. Okay, so they have to take a cautionary deposit, fixed deposit. In 3 years rent, they have to collect in advance at the time of allotment of locker. So if in any case, if they are unable to pay the locker rent, the bank can utilize this amount. Okay, so see these are the RBI guidelines for allotment of lockers. Okay, so they can't force the customer to give the to take FT, then we will give the locker. Then there must have an agreement between the bank and the which one locker hirer. Then they have to carry out the KYC formalities before providing the locker facilities. Okay, then they have to give the copy of the agreement regarding the operation of the locker to the locker hirer at the time of allotment of locker. So these are the formalities, guidelines they have to follow at the time of allotment of locker. Next one, due diligence. Due diligence. Who have to the bank have to take some care. Okay, while which one operating the locker operations. Here it is specifying that if the locker is not operating for more than 1 year, for more than 3 years, so it is a risk. It will be a risk to the point of view of bank. So if they are, so I kept some valuables in the which one in the locker. Bank don't know the content of the locker. So if I am not operating, if I am not in between, if I am not going to open the locker, so that is not operating means in this case what they have to do, bank, they have to contact, they have to immediately contact the locker hirer and advise him to operate the locker or surrender the it. Example, if you don't want to operate, then they have to surrender that which one that locker to the bank. That they have to take their valuables and then they have to surrender the locker. Otherwise, which one? If example, suppose if they are paying the rent regularly, then also if they are not operating, then also they have to advise that they have to contact the hirer, then they have to tell to operate the locker. So then the bank have to ask the locker hirer to give in writing the reasons why he or she does not operate the locker. So suppose if they are working outside, that's why we are not, we can't we open the locker, we can't operate the locker. So that reason they have to get from the customer in writing. Okay, so that is about due diligence. Okay, suppose if they are not operating, then if we are calling, they are not responding anything means they have the right, bank have the right in consultation with the legal advisor, they can open the locker. They can open the locker and they can take the stock of inventory. Okay, so on the base of the situation, they can, on the base of the, with the advice of the advocate, they can operate. They can open the locker. Then they can take the stock. Okay, so that they have the right due diligence, so that they have to follow if they are not operating. Okay, so that is about which one due diligence on banker. Okay, next one, loss of locker contents. So we kept some item in the locker, valuables, gold. If any loss happened, okay, so any theft, any natural calamities, if anything happen, what will do? So here the point is that the bank is not liable for content, for the content kept in the locker by the hirer. No liability at all. Okay, so if any theft is there, so no liability, that matter they will be specified in the agreement. Okay, so it is safe only, but if example if anything happen means the bank is not liable for the loss of the hire. So if any theft happens, they will take actions. Okay, they will take actions. Okay, they will approach the police to take the actions. So if you get the valuables means they will give. Okay, they have to take the necessary steps to protect the content of the locker. Okay, if we get amount means valuables means they will give that, otherwise they have no any liability. Clear? So that is about loss of locker content that they specified in the agreement, locker agreement, because they are not liable for the content kept in the locker by the hire. Okay, so if any loss happen, they have to take the steps. Okay, RBI specified that if any loss happen, the bank have to take the steps to minimize, to protect the content of the locker. Okay, so then if they get any comment section, that they have to give the locker hire. So last lot of case was there. So in that the customer got a comment session for the loss or damage to the locker content. So that's why this the RBI said that they have to take the steps to protect the content of the which one locker. Next one.
Sir, I can't hear you.
Okay, so there is a nomination facility is available now. Now it is clear, Karthik?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so nomination facility is available for the locker. So if anyone that property will give to the legal representative of the hirer. Next one, operations of the bank locker. Operations of bank locker. So if you want to operate the locker, what do you have to do? Understand? Suppose we already kept some valuables in the locker. So we want to open that locker. So to deposit or withdrawal anything. So to deposit some other valuables or to withdraw the valuables from that locker, what we will do? So you have to look this one. Operation of bank locker. So let's see, the customer need to visit the branch. Need to visit the branch during the specified time mentioned for the locker operation. So in the agreement, they will specify the timing. That time only we can go and operate the locker. Okay. So first, so you know that already the locker has two keys for opening the locker. One key is with the lessee and the other master key is with the bank. So the lessee need to visit the branch during the specific time mentioned for the locker operation. Okay. So first we will sign the register, filling the locker number and signs. Okay. Next one, the responsible bank officer will verify the signature with the bank records. Okay. First we have to sign the register, filling the locker number and signs. Then the responsible bank officer will verify the signature with the bank records. Then, if the signature tallies, it is correct, the officer will take the customer to the locker room. Okay, so we want to open the locker. First, we have to sign the register. Then we have to fill the locker number and signs. Then the responsible officer will verify that sign with the our bank records. Whenever we open the agreement, so we have to sign that they will check. If it is correct, then they will take the customer to the locker room. Then already we said we have two keys. One master key is with the bank and the other key with the customer. So first the bank will open one master locker. So inside only our locker. So bank officer will open the locker with his key and then the lesser open the locker with his key to open the locker. Okay. So bank officer will open the locker with his key and then the lesser will open the locker with his key. Okay. Once the locker is opened, the bank officer will leave the locker room. Before that, they will be with us. So after that, they will go. Then the lesser will deposit or withdraw valuables he wants. Once he completes his transaction, he closes the locker door and lock the door with his key only. The locker operation may vary from bank to bank based on the type of the locker. Standard procedure followed by the bank. Okay, so that is which one now about operation of bank locker. Clear? So they have the master key. So first they will open the locker. Then only we can open our locker. First they must have another locker inside only. Then our locker. They have to come. They will come with us. The responsible bank officer. Clear? So they will open the master locker. Then inside only our locker. So they have to, one thing you have to remember, they have to come. Then only we can open the our locker. Okay. So everyone turn on your video. Pavitra. Okay. That is, so these are the operations of bank locker. Clear? So thing you have to remember RBI. So locker operations, that topic is over. So it is used for is the safest place to deposit valuables. Okay. Then need for bank locker. Suppose if you are storing that valuables in the home, there will be a risk of theft. Then who will avail the bank locker facility? It is given to the existing accounting holder or those who are agreed to open an account. Okay, or those who give a fixed deposit, caution deposit. Then here relationship between the bank and the customer is that of a lessor and lessee. Then the bank locker charges on the base of which one size of the locker, on the base of the location. Okay, on the base of the location it will change. Then process for hiring locker, we said to deposit you must have a saving account. Okay, sometimes they will ask to deposit some amount as a cautionary deposit. Okay, so we have to fill the agreement. Okay, so we have to give our signature for verification for, purpose. Then we have to fill the locker application form. Locker application form. Okay, so that is process for hiring locker. Then we can operate the locker through singly or jointly. So we have to give the instruction. So terms and conditions of locker operation. Then RBI guidelines on locker. So we can force the customer to take FD. Then only we will give the locker. Then to make an agreement, it is mandatory to have an agreement between the hirer and the bank, so that we have to give, the bank have to give the copy of the agreement to the hirer at the time of allotment of locker. Then the bank have to carry out the KYC checks before allotment of locker. Then they have to maintain the waiting list for the purpose of allotment of locker. Then that is about RBI guidelines. Then due diligence. So if the lockers are not operated for more than 1 year or more than 3 years, it will be a risk to the bank. So they have to call the hirer. Then they have to ask why it is not operating. Okay, they have to get in writing the reason. So they have to get it. So sometimes if the situation comes, they have can approach the legal advisor, and they can open the locker. Then they can take the stock of the which one locker. Next one, loss of locker content. Already we said the bank is not liable for the content kept in the locker by the hirer. So if any loss happen means they have to take the steps to protect the content. Okay, then if any they get the property means that property we can give to the hirer. Okay, the thing is that they have to take the steps to protect the content of the hirer. Next one, nomination facility. Nomination facility available to the for the locker. So if example in the case of our death, so that they will give to the legal representative of us. Next one, operations of the bank locker. So already we said there will be two keys. One key is with the customer and one key is with the bank. Okay. So if you want to open, if you want to deposit some amount in the locker, what we have to do? Okay, we have to sign the register. Then we have to fill the locker wrapper and signs. Then they will check. Then they will bring. Uh, they will be with us to open the locker. Then after opening the locker, then they will go. Okay, then we can deposit or withdraw valuables. Okay, so that is about operations of bank locker. So that safe custody of valuables, safe custody of valuables, and locker operations are over. Next one, remittances. Remittances. Next topic, remittances. Syllabus is so that remittances. Okay, so remittance facilities, you saw that agency services, remittance facilities are provided by the bank. So what is the remittance facilities? So these facilities are used to transfer fund from one place to another. Okay, if you want to transfer fund from one place to another, or transfer fund from one person to another, that is a remittance facilities. Okay, remittance facilities. So here we are specifying the way to transfer fund. Way to transfer fund. So we'll study the paper-based, through paper-based, how to transfer fund from one place to another, or fund transfer from one person to another. So if it is a paper-based, check demand draft we are using. Check demand draft we are using for transfer of fund from one place to another. So through electronic fund transfer, so you have to write a project. I will give the project. Okay, electronic fund transfer, NEFT, National Electronic Fund Transfer. Then RTGS, Real Time Gross Settlement System. Okay, Real Time Gross Settlement System, RTGCS. Okay, then card. Through card ways we can transfer from one place to another. We have to study credit cards, debit cards. Already we studied debit card, credit card. Okay, that we will study now also. Okay, credit cards and debit cards. So these are the remittance facilities provided by the bank. Okay, paper based check demand draft. Through check, that is paper, through paper ways we can transfer fund from one place to another, or from one person to another. Next one, through electronic fund transfer, through RTGCS, through NEFT, through NEFT, National Electronic Fund Transfer, we can transfer fund from one place to another. Then through cards, through cards, so through debit cards, through credit cards, we can transfer fund from one place to another, or from one person to another. Okay, so in addition to that, there are few large value payment system also there working in the country. Interbank charges, interbank checks clearing system, interbank, the transaction between the banks, interbanks checks clearing systems, high value checks clearing system. It is not an electronic based, it is a paper based only. High value positive pay. Now it is studied by the positive payment system. Positive pay. First one, interbank check clearance system. Interbank check clearing system. Second one, high value check clearing system. Third one, government securities clearing system. The GSEC, government securities clearing system. Then foreign exchange clearing system, the forex clearing, foreign money, forex clearing system. Then same only RTGS, yes. Okay, real, that is already we said this one only, real time gross settlement system. Because this is also large value payment system, large value payment system. Interbank check clearing system, high value check clearing system, government securities clearing system, foreign exchange clearing system, then real time gross settlement system. So all this system except this one are electronic based, or electronic based transfer system. Okay, so except high value checker, that is a paper based only, not electronic based. Okay, through that way we can transfer more amount, more payment. Okay, we can transfer. Okay, so everything it is related to the interbank or inter financial transactions. Okay, so the interbank clearance systems or high value clearance systems, it is managed by the RBI. It is managed by RBI. But the government securities clearance system and the forex clearance systems are managed by Clearing Corporation of India Limited. Clearing Corporation of India Limited. Clearing Corporation of India Limited. It is managed by Clearing Corporation of India Limited. India Limited. CCIL. Clearing Corporation of India Limited. Clearing Corporation of India Limited. Okay, but the interbank check clearance system, high value check clearance system, it is managed by RBI, but government securities, because it is included securities, foreign exchange, so it is related, it is managed by Clearing Corporation of India Limited. Okay, but RTGS, it is managed by the RBI. So all these are important payment system. Okay, then it ensure the secure and guaranteed systems. Okay, these are the important payment systems. Large value payment systems. This is here only paper based one. Paper based one. Okay, so what is by remittance means through that way we can transfer fund from one place to another or from one person to another place. Okay, so in that first we will study electronic fund transfer. Electronic fund transfer. Electronic fund transfer. NEFT RTG, RTCGS, RTGCS, RTGCS, RTG, Chain Process Settlement, RTGSS. So first one, real-time gross settlement system. First one, electronic fund transfer. Real-time gross settlement system. So option is there. So if you want to transfer fund from one place to another or from one person to another, there will be an option RTGS or NEFT. Okay, RTGS or NEFT. Suppose whenever you open the account from the bank, so they will give an option for internet banking. Suppose if you want to transfer from one place to another, so from suppose Sharat want to transfer from your account to my account. Okay, so there will be an option NEFT or RTGS. Okay, so what do you mean by RTGS? Okay, because RTGS means minimum amount. Minimum amount for RTGS transaction is which one? 2 lakh. 2 lakh. Okay, 2 lakh. So if you want to transfer 2 lakh or 2 lakh 50,000 only through RTGS, NEFT means any otherwise NEFT only. Through NEFT only we can transfer. National Electronic Fund Transfer. Okay, otherwise we are using NEFT. Normally we are using NEFT. So RTGS. So you look at the wording by RTGS. It is a fund transfer under which the transfer of fund takes place from one bank to another. One bank to another bank on a real time. Name you look real time or gross basis. What do you mean by real time? Means there is no waiting period. So whenever we make the transaction, immediately we will get it. Immediately they will process the transaction. There is no waiting period. So that's why it is a which one real time in payment transaction. What do you mean by gross settlement? The transaction is made on one-to-one basis without a bunching or a netting with any other transaction. They won't which one they won't do any bunching bunching the which one amount of applications for transferring the amount. So it is made on one-to-one basis. No waiting period. No waiting period for RTGS. Immediately they will process the transaction. Means the transaction is settled as soon as it is processed. As soon as it is processed. They won't do any bunching the which one applications. So they will do the one-to-one basis. Suppose if I receive the application, bank receive the application for RTGS transaction from Sharath, then and there, the same time the bank will process the transaction. So the transaction is settled as soon as it is processed. Okay, so because it is the fastest possible system for transfer of money through the banking system. Okay, so that is which one RTGS, real time gross settlement system. Clear, no? So now features of RTGS, features real time gross settlement. So first one, RTGS is not available at all. Okay, it is not available at all bank branches in India. So this is facility is provided only by a CBS enabled bank branches. CBS means core banking solution. What is by core banking solution means? So now it is this facility is offered by all the bank. What is by CBS enabled bank branch means core bank solution. Suppose I have account in the which one federal bank. So I want to transfer amount to Sharath. Sharath have SBI account. Which one? My account is situated in Maharashtra. Sharath account is situated in Kerala. I can transfer. That is core banking. Through core banking solution, any branch from any bank transfer amount from to any bank and to any other branch. Okay, that is which one RTGS. This one core banking solution. Okay, so it is available only by the core CBS enabled bank branches. Okay, so second point, RTGS transactions are processed individually and continuously throughout the banking hours rather than in batches. So next transaction means the waiting period is there 9:30. Then next transaction they will takes place on 10:30. Okay, so in batches only they will conduct the transaction. Then 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 3 p.m., 4 p.m. like that only. So that time only. So if example if I am going 10 o'clock means my transaction they will process by 10:30 only. So that is in batches. Here means continuously they are. The transaction is processed as soon as it is settled as soon as it is processed. It is made on individually and continuously throughout the banking hour. Next one, the minimum amount in RTGS transaction is 2 lakh. There is no upper ceiling for RTGS transaction. No upper limit. Minimum amount 2 lakh. So below 2 lakh means we are using NEFT, National Electronic Fund Transfer. National Electronic Fund Transfer. Okay. Next one, the receiving or beneficiary bank. So the receiving, those who want to receive the bank, beneficiary bank. So Sharath Bank must credit the customer's account within 2 hours of receiving the fund transfer message. Within 2 hours, they will credit the amount. Now it will take, before that they will credit the amount. Okay. So next one, fees charged for RTGS transaction may vary from one bank to another bank. So it will vary. So these are the features of RTGS transaction. Okay, so it is not available at all bank branches. It is provided by only CBSE enabled bank branches. Next, the transactions are processed individually and continuously. Next one, minimum amount 2 lakh. Then the beneficiary bank will credit the customer's account within 2 hours of receiving the fund transfer message. Okay, then the fee transfer for RTGS transaction may vary from one bank to another bank. So then one more topic I'll teach. Then RTGS tariff. So tariff rates. So service charged they will levy from the bank for offering fund, that is fund transfer through RTGS. For inward transaction, suppose if example if I want to transfer fund through RTGS to Sharath means for Sharath no charges, free, no charge to be levied. For outward transaction, for us, for me, between 2 lakh to 5 lakh, okay, between 2 lakh to 5 lakh, not exceeding 30 per transaction. 30 rupee how to give. Next one, above 5 lakh, not exceeding 55 per transaction, they will charge. Clear? So for inward transaction, no fees are there, no charge. For between 2 lakh to 5 lakh, because we know that minimum 2 lakh only. So 30 rupee they will charge, not exceeding. Above 5 lakh, not exceeding 55 rupees. Okay. So one thing you have to remember. So I want to submit some information to the bank for initiating RTGS remittance. So suppose if I want to transfer, so I want to transfer amount to Sharath, I have to furnish some information to the my bank. Amount to be remitted, how much amount, remitting customer's account number, which is to be debited, my account number, because it is to be debited now. Name of the beneficiary bank, that Sharath Bank, SBI, and branch Kodungalur. Then IFSC number, Indian Financial System code. You will study this one. Branch code, branch code. Each branch have different code. Okay, Kodungalur SBI, different code, IFSC code. So if you want to transfer amount, we must have, it is a compulsory, we must have the IFSC code of the beneficiary number. Suppose if the Shubham want to transfer amount to my account number, so you must need my IFSC code, account number plus IFSC code, branch code number. You will study. Next one, name of the beneficiary customer, Sharath Anil. Account number of the beneficiary, Sharath account number. Then sender to receiver information. That is no need if any. So that no need. Main item is that one only. Okay, amount, how much amount I want to remit. 3 lakh. Okay. Then remitting customer account number. So my account number. Okay. Account number. So from my number, account number, from my account only, I have to transfer amount. Name of the beneficiary bank. So Sharath bank name, branch, IFSC code, then name of the beneficiary customer, name of the beneficiary customer, Sharath Anil, account number of the beneficiary customer, then any other information. Okay, so that they have to fill. That is about RTGS. Okay, here means fund transfer takes place from one place to another on a real time, no waiting period. Then gross settlement basis. The transaction is settled as soon as it is processed. It is a fastest possible step. It is transaction is done on individual and continuous basis throughout the banking hour. Okay, so normally, according to the latest update, means that this transaction perform from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Transaction takes place from 7 a.m. to morning 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. So for an interbank transaction, if it is the transaction between the bank means 7 a.m. to 7:45 p.m. Latest update only. Okay, 2010. In earlier means 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on weekdays, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Saturdays. Okay, so we'll look at that. Okay, so these are the real-time gross settlement system. Okay, features, tariff, 30 rupees, above 5 lakh, 55 rupees. Okay, so